TheTicketFM.com.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you notice a 16-year-old boy who got his first job, not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little sisters? Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? Or a 14-year-old girl who signs up to every after-school activity, not to make friends, but just to get something to eat? Or a retiree who fell ill and had to choose
between getting medicine or groceries.
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew were hungry. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Banks Strong, and the Ad Council.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and TheTicketFM.com.
Welcome in Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, TheTicketFM.com. Nick Sainert, Rico joining you once again for the second straight hour. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Sutter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys today. Rico, long time no see, my man.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's just terrible. Just kidding. It's great.
You always got to try to act sarcastic here.
Why? Because I'm having a great day all the time.
Is that so?
All the time. Usually.
I'm glad. A little news from Major League Baseball. The Phillies manager, it's not Joe Girardi anymore.
It's not.
I don't
know who it is.
Oh, gosh, we're really gonna have to look this up.
Just tell them what happened, and then we'll look up who it is.
Phillies manager Rob Thompson.
That sounds like a real name.
Yeah, Rob Thompson got booted out of the Yankees game. Garrett Cole right now, 4 2/3, has allowed 3 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts.
No runs.
Yankees lead 1-0.
Off of a beautiful broken bat single to bring in Aaron Judge from second.
We got a full show for you guys today. Gibson Pyle, the new Husker football recruit, commit, if you will, out of Houston, Texas, is going to join us here in about 10 minutes or so. So we have to make this a really short segment with Rico and myself. But yeah, Gibson Pyle, 6'4". We'll just kind of give you some background on him before we were joined by the Husker commit. Gibson Pyle, 6'4", 285-pound interior offensive lineman from Klein Cain High School in Houston, Texas. I suppose the rating isn't going to jump off the page necessarily, but it's that interior lineman spot. And I'm interested to ask him about his relationship with Donovan Raiola, right? And what was it about his Coach Raiola's approach to kind of how he handles that offensive line room, which allowed Gibson Pyle to commit. He's been to Nebraska a couple of times. He's visited Lincoln. Once again, he's from Houston, Texas, but he's visited Lincoln a couple of times. One time was with one his mom and his dad, and then the second time was with his step parents, if you will. So Gibson Pyle able to see Nebraska a couple of times, was part of that big recruiting weekend on March 25th that week with Dilla and Nathaniel Frazier, the running back, and Brandon Baker, the number 1 offensive lineman. And already he, being Gibson Pyle, has already began to peer recruit. You see that on Twitter. So I'm interested to ask him about, hey, what's your message to other guys? Because, Rico, all we hear about is how once you get them on campus, especially in a place like Lincoln, there's a much better chance that you're going to get them to sign.
Yeah, it's once you get them into Lincoln and they can see that it's not all cornfields and there's no buildings, and they see the beautiful stadium, and they see the state-of-the-art facilities and the new facility that's getting built. It really opens their eyes, and that's really all you hear from recruits that come in from out of state is, oh, well, I didn't know what it was like going in, and then I saw it, and I was blown away. You hear guys from Florida and California who come in and they're like, I thought I was just going to see cornfields. So once you get them on campus and they can see everything, it really it's really imperative that you get them back for another visit now that they're used to what they were seeing and they're not just awestruck by everything. Now they can take everything in. And Gibson Pyle, having visited and committed now, although, like you said, the stars and the ranking aren't going to blow you away. It's just important that, you have another offensive lineman here who's looking to bring some more people in. And the peer recruiting is really one of the more important parts of recruiting because, the coaches are obviously going to tell you exactly what you want to hear, right? Yeah. You come in for your visit. The coaches are going to tell you everything that you want to hear, except for maybe, hey, you're going to be a starter day one. I don't think they're doing that. But they're going to tell you everything else that you want to hear that's going to make your eyes get big and your heart flutter and just think, yeah, this is going to be the place for me. But when you hear it from other guys who, whether they're committed or not, and they talk about the great experiences they had when they visited Nebraska and how they already see themselves, wearing the colors, wearing the N on the side of their helmet and going out there every single day every single Saturday in front of a sold out stadium, which is going to be sold out. That's really what gets these kids more excited to come to Nebraska, is hearing from their fellow classmates, from the guys who they're going to be playing next to, talk about how excited they are to get in front of Nebraska and play.
So everybody wants to know, right, where were some other opportunities that Gibson Pyle had chances to go, right? And it feels like
it's always a very popular question.
It feels like this recruitment came down to kind of three schools. It was Nebraska, Duke, and North Carolina.
He's a smart kid.
Yes. Out of once again, Klein Cain High School in Houston, Texas. 6'4", 285-pound interior offensive lineman committed to the Huskers on April 1st, on last Saturday. But had offers from some pretty good schools, like we mentioned, North Carolina, Duke as well. Kansas State was in the running. USC has offered him. Stanford offered him. Vanderbilt, Wisconsin was in contact. Virginia offered Gibson Pyle. Kansas, Houston, Colorado, BYU,
K-State,
Arizona State. Already said K-State.
Dang it.
Arizona State, and some more mid-majors and group of 5 schools offered Gibson Pyle. But there's a pretty decent list there. And according to 24/7 Sports, rated as the 52nd best offensive lineman in the country, the 113th best player in the state of Texas. But more importantly, I think we see once again that connection and that pipeline, if you will, to the state of Texas being fruitful for Matt Rule and his staff.
Recruiting Texas. And I talked about this with Bach. It was either earlier this week or last week. Recruiting the state of Texas is important for Nebraska. It's not the end all be all. We hear about Nebraska leaving the Big 12, and that's the reason that they're not getting guys from Texas, and that's the reason they're not successful. I don't think it's the end all be all, but I do believe that getting into Texas and getting some of the athletes out of there is very important because there's a ton of talent in that state. I mean, it's a massive state. I mean, he's the 113th best player in the state of Texas, and he's got a bunch of D1 offers. Like that's crazy. The 113th best player in the state of Nebraska is not getting this many Division I offers.
Well, and that always fascinates me, and maybe we'll have to ask Gibson this. Like, that always fascinates me. It's not that Nebraska doesn't take high school football seriously or doesn't, prioritize high school football. But it's crazy to see, the amount of fans that go to high school games down in Texas.
Well,
and
stadiums.
I mean, you're even seeing Netflix shows nowadays. This is what you kind of view. You're seeing Netflix shows and documentaries specifically talking about Pee Wee football in the state of Texas and the state of California, because it's just taken so seriously in those places that you sit there and go, wow. I mean, it's on a whole nother level.
Well,
right?
They can also do it all year round.
That does help
the
out.
Nice weather or nicer weather than you have in the northern states. They can really practice football, play football all year round. So that really helps. But like you said, the amount of seriousness that is high school football down in Texas just dwarfs everywhere else.
Yeah.
Nebraska does take high school football seriously. We've seen it. We've seen stadiums here sold out, packed to the gills, standing room only, all that stuff. But Texas high school stadiums are just a different level. Like, if you
We're
just look up high school stadiums in the state of Texas, and you'll be blown away by how massive they are, how high tech some of those places are, and you know, some of the weight rooms and everything. I mean, we asked DP, who coached in the state of Texas at the high school level. Like, it's crazy down there. It's a totally different level of football for the high school ranks down in Texas than it is up here.
Yeah, so it's crazy when you see the numbers and the capacity of some of those stadiums. It's just a whole nother world. But like Rico said, same thing as in the southeastern part of the country with college baseball and with baseball. You're able to play it all year round, and you're able to have tournaments and be going all year round, which can make it a recruiting hotbed, just like the state of Texas is, and is becoming more and more of one for the Nebraska football program and Matt Rule. When we come back, let's go ahead and take our break. When we come back, we will be joined by the new Nebraska offensive lineman commit, Gibson Pyle, the 6'4", 285-pound offensive lineman, going to be playing interior for the Huskers, and we'll get his thoughts on his commitment. We'll talk about the recruiting visit weekend and a little bit of peer recruiting as well, coming up next with Gibson Pyle right here on the Happy Hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Singer and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planning season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Guys, it's really happening. A live morning remote. Join Early Break and The Drive from 6 to 10 a.m. on Thursday and Friday at Double Eagle Golf on West O for the first 2 days of the Masters. Bloody Marys, simulator golf, and the Masters. What's better than that? Double Eagle Golf in the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week wait. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell 10-Week Challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car. Come check out their lot just north and find your next summer road trip in the corner. Mullen Motors.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April with some restrictions applying. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for info or call 402-467-1627.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing and Air Conditioning.
Skies will gradually clear, but chilly. It will be windy. Northwest or 30. We're reaching out. Clear, a low day down to around 20. Begins tomorrow, mainly sunny by the afternoon with a high approaching 60. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
Even before you start. That was a preemptive shh.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
I already had someone created in my image. He's evil, he wants to take over the world, and he fits easily into most overhead storage bins.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. It's been an exciting couple of days around Nebraska football. We got to check out the practice yesterday, heard from a couple assistant coaches. We'll hear from head coach Matt Rule on Thursday morning. But now it's time to look towards the recruiting scene as the Huskers got a commitment from an offensive lineman out of Houston, Texas, and Klein Cain High School in 6'4", 285-pound offensive lineman Gibson Pyle, and he joins us right now on the Honda of Lincoln hotline. Gibson, I appreciate you taking a couple minutes out of your day to do this, man. Have you ever been told how good of an offensive lineman name you have?
Yeah, a couple times I have.
Overall, you committed to Nebraska last Saturday. I mean, just walk us through these last couple of days since you made the pledge publicly to Nebraska, and kind of walk us through how you told the coaches and kind of what their reaction was.
Yeah, for sure. So on, last Thursday, I gave Coach Raiola and Coach Rule a FaceTime call and told them the big news. And then, the next 2 days, I kind of, told the other coaches recruiting me that, I'd be going to Nebraska. And then once all that was done, Saturday, I announced it publicly. And, I've been doing, tons of stuff like this and interviews. So it's really been going crazy. And, I think every Husker fan has just blown up my socials. It's been nuts.
Well, I guess that kind of leads into my next question. I mean, why Nebraska? Because you had a couple other schools that you were choosing from. Why was it ultimately Nebraska?
Yeah, so, when I went, my first time, I kind of had no expectations of Nebraska. And then, when I went, it kind of just blew me away that first weekend in March. And I'm one of those guys where, even if you just look at my past, like I've visited a ton of schools already. So I'm one of those guys that kind of has to see it to know first. And, just when I first went to Nebraska, it felt like home. I have a great relationship with Coach Raiola. And then, talking with Coach Rule, building that relationship recently since the offer came, it just felt right. And I went back for that big junior day with my mom and my stepdad. And then, they kind of it affirmed it for me, and, they got to see how happy I felt. And, that's when I made the decision the next week.
Talk about the misconception of Lincoln, because if you're around this program and now you're about to be here in the next couple months and hopefully years, as long as everything goes to plan. Talk about the misconception of Lincoln and the Nebraska football program, because I don't have to tell you, it's a rich history, a tradition-rich program that has been struggling these last couple years, and that's why there is a new regime in town. Talk about the misconception, and then once you got to Lincoln, kind of how you felt about the city and the program.
Yeah, I kind of didn't really know what to expect. Like, obviously, I knew Nebraska with corn and everything, so I truly didn't know what it was going to be like. But I got in, and Lincoln feels like a big town. It's not, it doesn't even really feel like yes, it's a college town, but at the same time, it's real big, and it's got a nice downtown area. I kind of fell in love with Lincoln and the whole area. Just like on my way there from Houston, I got recognized on my flight by someone, and no, it's definitely a really cool community. I think probably the most loyal fan base. Supporting the program when I was just around town eating and stuff. Everyone's wearing their Husker gear. It's a really cool place, and I fell in love with it my first time I went.
We're talking to Husker football offensive lineman commit Gibson Pyle out of Houston, Texas. He committed to the Huskers on Saturday here on the Happy Hour. And Gibson, you mentioned you have a really good relationship with offensive line coach Donovan Raiola. What is it about Coach Raiola's just approach to that made you feel comfortable enough to pledge to Nebraska?
Yeah, no, Coach Raiola's coaching style, after the first time I went, I got to sit in with film and talk film for about an hour and a half with him. So that was huge for me, was just get to seeing his coaching style and what type of coaching I'm going to be coached under. So that was big for me. I definitely felt like his style matched my play style. So, that was big for me. And then also, I love Coach Raiola as a person. I feel like he's really family oriented. He definitely, from the practice I saw, he gets onto his linemen. He preaches is that he's going to make practice as stressful as possible. And, but when you get to the game, you're prepared for that because, that's how the game's going to be. So, he's also just, a really good guy. After he gets off the field, he's going to coach you up, in a calm manner, tell you what you did wrong, tell you what you did right. I just have a great relationship with him, and, I'm excited to start playing under him.
Well, you've been around football long enough, and obviously you're going to be around football for a couple more years. How do you like to be coached? How do you want to be coached?
Yeah, no, I like to be coached hard. I feel like being coached hard for me, that's what I respond best under. Like, if I make a mistake on the field, I'd rather be coached up that instant than, watch it in film 3 hours later. That's just how I learn better is, I think back to that moment where I messed up and where I was corrected. That's just how I learn best.
Once again, we're talking to offensive lineman commit Gibson Pyle out of Houston, Texas, here, committed to the Huskers last Saturday. Gibson, you were a part of that giant recruiting weekend a few weeks back here in Lincoln. Talk about that visit from I guess your perspective, but also with a lot of other guys on campus. What were some of the other recruits saying during that weekend? And obviously at that time you had a pretty good feeling that maybe Nebraska was going to be the place for you.
Yeah, no, that weekend was great. I think the entire staff did a great job to host all those big time recruits, but I think each recruit, from what I heard from them, still had a great time. It wasn't a big mess. I think they did a great job. I had a great time seeing practice, facilities and everything. I got to see it the second time for myself, but it was my mom and stepdad's first time. And, talking with the other recruits, I think they had a great time too. I think Nebraska's really high on a lot of their lists. I've already been talking to some of the guys that I met there, and got their numbers. So, hopefully we'll get a couple more. But no, I think, and the impressions on the other recruits too was really good as well.
We're going to get to that in a moment, because I've definitely seen on social media you've already started the peer recruiting process, and it feels like you're going to be playing a big role in that. So we're going to get to that there in a second. But I think for a lot of Husker fans, how passionate they are regarding Nebraska football. They want to know like the details of what happens during an unofficial visit. I mean, so kind of just walk us through that weekend. We know that you guys went to the baseball game, or there was a group that went to the baseball game. Obviously practice involved, but kind of just walk us through the details on what happens and what you guys do during a visit weekend.
Yeah, for sure. So like, I'll just do like that Saturday. So, I think we got there pretty early before practice, and, just we signed in, got our name tags. I caught up with Coach Raiola, Coach Omar and everyone, and then after that, we saw practice, and then I got my measurements and everything. But then after practice is kind of when, the real visit starts. So, I went with Coach Raiola. We watched some film. After watching some film and catching up, we had some lunch after practice and all that. And then we do obviously a campus tour. So we went around, saw campus, saw what buildings your basics would be, and, your potential majors and everything. And, we get to see the dorms, like the freshman dorms that we'd be living in. And then we got back to the facility, and then obviously do a little photo shoot. And then talking with Coach Rule, I got to sit in and talk with Coach Rule for about 30 minutes. And, that was my first time talking to Coach Rule, because my first time, he was out. He had some stuff to do. So, No, yeah, it was a great time. I enjoy the staff there very much.
We're talking to Gibson Pyle, the Husker offensive lineman commit out of Houston, Texas. 6'4", 285 pounds. Is that where you're at right now, Gibson?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So I guess when you look at what Nebraska kind of views you as going forward, what is Matt Rule and Donovan Raiola kind of telling you what they see in you and what your future could look like here, early on?
Yeah. So right now, their main thing from my recruitment is that they love the way I played football. They love my athleticism and my nastiness, is what they told me. So, moving forward, they can really see me. They can really see me anywhere, but they do see me inside, and I agree with that. So most likely I'll be playing inside.
I guess going deeper, how do you describe yourself as a football player? I mean, because I think Husker fans kind of raise an eyebrow when you hear nastiness on the offensive line, because I think I can speak for everybody here in Lincoln. That's something that Nebraska's offensive line has been missing.
Yeah, for sure. No, I describe my play style as, I'm going to want to finish every block. Obviously sometimes that's not possible, but a big thing I stand by is what I've just been coached is, to the echo of the whistle. I'm waiting until the end of the whistle to stop blocking. And definitely my athleticism too. I think a real strong point of my game is my pulls, the ability to get out in space and finish those linebackers as well. I think that's a real big trait of mine that sets me apart from others. And yeah, just finishing my blocks is really probably two of the big things in my game that I'm proud of.
Couple more, Gibson, before we let you go. Once again, appreciate you taking a little bit of your time away. Know you got a busy schedule, but I guess when you look at Matt Rule, it's no secret how active he is in the state of Texas. And I guess what is high school football like down there in Houston for you?
Oh, I mean, high school football in Texas, I mean, it's second to none. I mean, we'll have sellout games with, upwards of 5,000 people, sometimes 10 in playoff games. We got a great weight room. We've got iPads at every rack, training our velocity. So, I think football in Texas has definitely prepared me pretty well for college. It's big time football. I mean, damn near every week I'm going against at least one FBS lineman on the D line. And there's going to be at least two for every team that we play against. So definitely the competition down in Texas is very real, and it's some of the best football in the country for high school.
Gibson, are you planning on coming back for the spring game?
Yes, I'll be back for the spring game.
Okay, so I guess with that, I mean, it's shaping up to be a potential, big recruiting weekend. You mentioned that you've gotten a couple of the numbers of some other guys and stuff. What's your message for other guys to get them on campus and to just come visit Lincoln? Because as you know, and as we hear quite often, once you get them here, there's a much better chance to get them to eventually sign.
Yeah. I think once my experience with it, even coming from Texas, there's big schools here, but once you get on campus and then you ask yourself the question, why not Nebraska? It starts to get a tough conversation with those other schools.
Gibson, when you've kind of looked back at these last couple of years and through your recruitment journey, I mean, who's been the biggest influence in your life, and who do you go to for advice, throughout this entire process?
Definitely my mom and dad. And it kind of started with my recruitment. I was going towards more, academic schools. But, as I got into my recruitment, what they've just been telling me for advice wise is, they just want to see me happy. I felt the happiest at Nebraska.
Gibson, hey man, I appreciate it big time. We're excited for you. We're excited to see, kind of the player that obviously you become, and hopefully when you get to Lincoln, we can all meet up and we'll have you on the show down the road for sure.
For sure, thank you.
That is Gibson Pyle, the 6'4", 285-pound interior offensive lineman from Klein Cain High School in Houston, Texas, committed to the Huskers last Saturday on April 1st. Had offers from a good list of schools, Arizona State, BYU, Colorado, Duke, North Carolina, Louisville, Kansas State, Ole Miss, USC even offered him. Wisconsin was in the mix as well, with a couple other Pac-12 and SEC schools. So Nebraska beats out a couple good quality programs, and it seems like talking a little bit to Gibson that it seemed like North Carolina and Duke were kind of the other two real players in this one. So take that for what you will. Duke, not necessarily the most successful type of program, but North Carolina, absolutely right up there as one of the big players in the country. And Nebraska ends up getting Gibson Pyle's services out of Houston, Texas, and Klein Cain High School. Matt Rule continues to recruit the state of Texas harder than anywhere else, it feels like, as this staff is really focused on the state of Texas, understandably so. They have a lot of connections with assistant coaches out there. The chief of staff is from the Education Association down in Texas. And obviously Matt Rule's time in Baylor is paying dividends for the Huskers on the recruiting trail down in the Lone Star State. Let's go ahead and get to break. More of the happy hour continues on as we keep chugging away on a Wednesday right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. And you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. An opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Let me share something to make life just a little easier. It's just one word, Bryant. If we need service on our furnace or AC, we call Bryant. Same thing goes for an electrical issue. If I have a problem with my faucet, a toilet, a drain, or a water heater, I don't need to know how to fix something. I just need to know who to call. And at our house, it's Bryant.
Bryant's Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. Just one call. 467-1111. Remember, we do whatever it takes.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the bivalent COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra-clean protein powder ideal for anyone wanting to look better, feel better, or perform better. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided to always keep it on me after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me too.
You totally should. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
This isn't the real Caesar's Palace, is it?
What do you mean?
Did Caesar live here?
No.
I didn't think so.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Huge thanks to Husker offensive lineman commit Gibson Pyle out of the city of Houston for joining the show just a moment ago. If you missed that, Rico will get that podcasted and uploaded on the website here momentarily.
Why don't you do it?
Well, because we know the truth.
I
got to go to bug class.
You don't do anything.
Do you hear this guy? I got to go to bug. I got to go to bug class.
Nick.
Entomology
Nick.
is calling my name at 3.
Nick.
Yeah.
How was your day yesterday?
Today was a lot worse than yesterday. Yesterdays don't happen very often.
That was your day yesterday, Nick. Go ahead.
My day yesterday was great. I had a great day yesterday.
Had a good game, huh? A good day.
Are you sad that? Are you mad that I had a good day?
Yeah, I hate when you have good days.
Jeez. Do you hear this?
I feel like I need to walk out of the room and let you two.
No, because I have no issues.
Wait, is this what happens when you two get stuck in the same room for 2 hours?
Welcome to Happy Hour.
No, not at all.
Yes.
Rico's the issue here.
Never in my life have I ever been called the issue.
If there was one person in the station that you think, Austin, as somebody that's been here just 3 months, that causes unnecessary problems, who is it?
Honestly, Meeks, I don't fully know what I'm doing yet.
Oh, okay. No, I'm saying unnecessary problems not relating to work.
Okay. See, I really don't know because I don't want to, offend anyone.
You're not going to offend anyone. We're all grown-ups.
I feel like there's a lot of instigators. I really do.
Okay.
Different times in different places.
Austin.
A lot of instigators.
Answer the question.
I refuse.
That means it's you, Rico.
No, it doesn't.
He's
sitting next to you. I don't know why.
Somebody on the text line says VJ.
Yeah.
Again, you guys would know better than I do.
But that's why we're asking.
But
that's why we're asking you. Just
I gave you my answer.
Sean P wants less Rico.
3-month observation. That's a lie. Everybody wants more Rico.
Send us a text because we're back on the FM now.
Yeah, go ahead. More 402-464-5685. More or less Rico. Answer the question.
Come on in, Stricky.
Come on, Strick.
We know you've been busy.
I'll stand up, Strick. You get the chair.
Yeah.
Busy. He's not doing anything.
We know you've been busy.
Just chilling like a villain.
Wow. So we got okay.
Wow,
so
look at that. See,
this is pretty split. We're asking the text line if they want more or less Rico.
Ooh.
Would you rather have more or less Rico, Strick?
Answer truthfully. Don't worry. We're all grown-ups here. Nobody's feelings are going to be hurt.
I like Rico. Rico's my guy.
Damn straight.
But I still he's still
on Twitter. Ravi Mahapatra, always more Rico.
That's ridiculous.
Rico's my guy.
I'm not sure if I believe
my
that.
dude.
Flock squad.
Hell yeah.
Wait. Strick's your dude?
Yeah.
Oh, add it to the spreadsheet. Add it to so we have a spreadsheet.
It's true.
Of
my guys and my dudes. He actually might be both.
So Rico's
Is there a difference? Yeah.
There is a difference.
There is not.
So wait.
You ever seen a Pacific Rim?
Oh yeah.
We
just did that. Yeah.
So are you putting Strick?
So are you the big robot?
Hold on, time out.
Yes, clearly he's the big robot.
Time out. Are we putting Strick as a guy or a dude?
He's both. He's the only one.
No. There's a couple. Oh, that's right.
He's the only one.
That's right. Okay, so Strick is both a guy and a dude.
He is. Guys being dudes.
Congratulations, you are now the 16th guy on the list.
You've made it.
Can for those of us who don't know, can you lay out the list?
Do you want to lay out the
I
list?
love
Do you
the
guys want
list.
the list?
We do it. We basically do a recap of the list about once a month.
Exactly.
I didn't know this list.
This is an
existed,
early one.
So this is
Do
new
people
to
get
me.
exited off the list?
Nobody has been kicked off.
No, it's possible. I'm sure it's
Nobody.
it's possible.
If somebody
Everybody
breaks,
can play.
if somebody breaks my heart, they might. Get
It's
taken
a
off,
lot
but-
of it's a lot of athletes that like you just never think about anymore. For example, so Rico's guys is like tier 1. Rico's dudes is like tier 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Dudes are better than guys. That's why there's fewer of them. There's only 4 dudes on this list. There are 16 guys. Okay. So, in no particular order, this is just kind of
there's no order.
There's no order.
There's
no
no
ranking
order
system.
within the tiers. But
Yes.
the tiers.
The
There's
tiers are
yes,
orders.
There's no
Yeah.
ranking to my love.
So basically, I made the blue blood.
Yeah,
you did.
you're
Blue
there.
blood.
And then the guys are new.
Yeah, you're out.
Oh, okay.
You're good. You're dude. You're good. But you're a guy and a dude.
Yeah, you're the only one. The exclusive list.
So here we go.
Double.
And you'll find out that there are a lot of just random Husker basketball players that flamed out on this list.
Yep. Don't know why.
Or
I.e.
a Brian
Strick,
Diaz guy.
Strick. No, I'm just kidding. You know I love you, Stricky. Oh, easy. Why are we so aggressive? Oh, Strick. Ow. Okay, here we go.
That's not a dumper.
No. I'm just saying you hit me. No. Why are we abusing me? Okay, first off, number 1, Thorir Narson. I said it wrong.
I'm gonna
Thorbjarnarsson.
Thorbjarnarsson.
Thor squared.
Hashtag, and then in the parentheses I have hashtag backdoor Thor.
Backdoor Thor.
Ooh.
So there's that.
He's a
I love.
lefty.
I love Thor.
Number 2,
love him so much.
a guy that's in the transfer portal once again, Ivan Wadraogo.
Is he in the transfer portal
He,
again?
he is. He just got into the portal from Grand Canyon.
Bring him back, baby.
Number 3, Noah Gates. Just if you have any comments on these.
Yes, any comment. I love that guy.
Shout him out.
Love that guy.
Number 4, Andrew McCutcheon, but dreaded Andrew McCutcheon.
There's a difference.
That's the correct Andrew
There's a
McCutcheon.
difference.
That's the correct one.
There's a difference.
There's a difference.
Underrated.
Yes.
Love me some Cutcheon.
Yes. Number 5,
Bryce Matthews. Yep.
Yes.
This is the best baseball player I've ever seen in my life.
Number 6, this is a guy that we usually argue about for about 3 minutes. Lat Man.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
You like Lat Man?
I love Lat Man.
Is he still in Australia? Is he in Australia?
He is.
Yep.
He is not
He's not
doing well.
playing.
He is not doing well.
Not doing well.
There's a fantastic clip out there. I don't know if I saw it on my phone or not of when Lat first got here.
Yep.
KP and Jake were trying to ask if it was Mayan or Mayan.
Yep.
And the person they were asking said it's Lat Mayan. Okay, it's Mayan, Lat Mayan. And they went back and forth on that for like 30 seconds.
That's ridiculous.
Trying to figure out how to pronounce
That
his
man,
last name
that man was the best shooter that didn't hit a shot.
in his life.
But hey, we liked his rebounding. We liked his rebounding.
Great rebound. Great rebounder.
That's the best thing. Is
I rebounded better
the
than
coaching,
him.
the coaching staff, and we love the coaching staff. But the coaching staff was like, yeah, we really like Lat's shooting ability, but man, that rebounding is something that's underrated.
He can rebound with the best of them.
Unfortunately, Lat didn't get a whole lot of rebounds in Nebraska. Number 7, all Carmelo Anthonys.
All of them. Every single last one of them.
Every one of
Every
them.
single
from
last one.
every
of them.
stage of it.
Olympic Mellow, hoodie Mellow,
Well,
braided Mellow,
there's
married Mellow.
married Mellow, divorced Mellow, OKC Mellow, Portland Mellow.
You gotta wait because there's more Mellows on this list. So
Atlanta
we can't,
Hawks Mellow.
We can't be talking
I'm not
so
gonna
much.
talk. I'm not going to talk about that one.
Okay.
Chicago
He
Bulls
knows,
Mellow.
he knows which Mellow.
What about
Okay.
LaMelo?
No, that's not
Ooh.
Mellow.
No, all Carmelo Anthonys.
Yes.
Okay.
What about Mellow from Charlotte Mellow?
No, that's
No.
LaMelo.
LaMelo.
What about Mello on the Hawks?
It's a fake Mellow. I love Hawks Mellow. I love
Okay.
Chicago Bulls Mellow. You remember that
Yep,
one? That's
yep.
a great Mellow.
All right. I do remember Chicago Mellow.
I thought about getting that jersey.
Yes. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, so number 8, Nuri Nuili.
Oh, I love. That's
Yep,
my guy.
yeah, I like Nuri.
He's my guy.
Number 9, a guy that fell victim to the transfer portal, Oleg Koyanets.
Free Oleg.
My boy.
Free Oleg.
That's my son.
Okay.
One of my many sons.
Number
Well,
10.
he got the hype gene.
Here-
and you
He did. He did.
Here's another one of your sons.
Yep.
Number 10, Wilhelm Breidenbach.
My son.
Okay,
Oh,
there it
my
is.
boy.
No, that's
That's
no.
my boy.
Here's another one.
My boy.
Number 11, Blaze Keita. Notice it's just a
No,
lot of
you need to get him
basketball
some
players.
Drew Timmy tape. Go,
Yeah.
go do some.
Yeah.
Okay,
do
let me go
some-
talk to
and
my.
make sure.
let me
you
go talk to
feed
my
your
boy.
son some Drew Timmy tape.
So Blaze Keita. Number 12, Bo Nix.
Oh gosh.
Heck yeah.
He loves Bo Nix.
Soon to be Heisman winner, Bo Nix.
Is he still in
He-
college?
He's
He
in
is.
the
Oregon.
One more
he's
year.
He's in the top 10 of NIL money.
Soon
too.
to be
ridiculous.
Heisman winner, Bo Nix.
Can you believe that?
I can.
Yeah,
He's
that's
amazing.
Number 13, a guy that was in the transfer portal from Nebraska, then comes back to Nebraska.
Jamar
Isaiah Garcia Castaneda.
Butler?
IGC.
Okay.
Okay.
That one was early.
Okay, for the rest of the list, can you say, now here's a guy?
Yeah.
Now here's a
College
guy.
style.
Okay, yeah. Now here's a guy that celebrates every home run he hits by Euro stepping onto home plate.
Hell
Jazz
yeah.
Chisholm?
Jazz Chisholm
Smooth.
from the
jazz.
Miami
How is he a guy,
Marlins.
not a dude?
I don't know. He just that's just where he
You
went.
have his jersey.
That's just where he went. He's a
You
guy.
have his jersey.
He's a
Yeah,
guy.
that's true. Okay, now it's where it gets
He got hurt
interesting.
today, unfortunately.
Ugh.
Sliding into second.
Here's where the list gets interesting. We got 2 more names on the Rico's guys.
Yep.
Number 15 is Strick. Okay, the newest
Necessary.
edition.
Newest edition.
And
New edition?
New
the
edition.
newest edition. And the second newest edition.
Bobby Brown version?
No. The second newest edition, Marcy's strawberry cupcake.
Yep.
From Sweet Things by Marcy.
That one's on there.
Oh.
That strawberry cupcake
Yes,
changed my
sir.
life.
That Marcy
That
strawberry
cupcake changed my life.
Sir.
That cupcake changed my life.
Marcy, Sweet Things by Marcy. Make sure you head over there, sweetthingsbymarcy.com. But Marcy's strawberry
Oh, yeah,
cupcake.
it's official.
It was
That
delicious.
cupcake changed my life.
That frosting was something else. Anyway,
Had
that
an
was a quick
out of
that was a-
body experience.
That was a quick add to the list. Now we have 4 names on the Rico's Dudes list.
My dudes.
Obviously, Strick is the newest addition.
Strick got that
Hey,
two-way
I made
deal.
it.
Got that two-way
Two-way
contract.
deal. Little money, little
Okay,
money.
he can float back and
It's a
forth.
double. It's a double threat.
He can float back and forth. Yeah, rebounds and fouls.
Yep.
Damn.
I gotta shoot you.
You can. I can't wait for BP with DP
Oh
though.
God,
it's
you're
gonna be
going
fun.
yard and you're going straight to the warning track.
Can we ask them if Strick can pitch to you?
Only if I can pitch to Strick.
Negative.
Why not?
No,
Because
I
you'll hit
know-
him.
Yes.
You'll hit me.
You're wild. No,
I'm actually
very
not. I'm actually not wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just not accurate.
I got a sinker. Ground ball pitch.
I got a knuckle.
Yeah, come on.
Two
maybe,
of 'em.
Maybe 45-foot knuckler.
Ooh.
That
You
drops off
got
the table.
you got to throw it 60 feet 6 inches. Strick. Okay, so Rico's dude. Strick is one. Bryce McGowan's.
Okay.
All right, he's a dude.
Heck of a game last night for Bryce.
Great,
again.
great
20
game.
points.
20
20
burger.
points.
You have 20 points.
Career high.
Number 2, Feldarius Payne.
Mm.
Explain Feldarius
Yeah,
Payne.
please.
I don't know. I can't really.
Austin laughs and the Strick goes, "Yes, please."
I can't really explain it. Just love at first sight.
It's just a
Jazz
feeling.
Chisholm is a guy. Feldarius Payne is a dude.
Yeah.
Explain.
You ever seen Feldarius Payne?
Yes,
That's
I've
a
seen
dude.
Feldarius
That's a
Payne.
dude.
Okay.
I hope he has all the success of Virginia Tech.
Yeah, unfortunately, he got hurt last year. Didn't
Yeah, he'll
play,
be great
so.
this year.
And last but not least,
Double-digit sacks.
last but not least, put it on the board. Put it on the board. Double-digit sacks for Feldarius Payne.
Wow.
Okay.
Everybody
Yep,
heard it.
yep,
We're putting
yep.
it on that whiteboard right after this
Yep.
show.
For the strict.
We need to start. We need to start holding Rico accountable to the crap he says.
Words.
Okay, so and what I want to do, it'll be like an us 3 project. When he says something stupid, not even. We can just
You
give
guys
each
are gonna
other a
be
look.
busy.
We can just give each other a look. Put it on the board, or like I take note of it.
It's got to be what are we doing?
We'll make a Hawk Harrelson sound.
Yes,
You can put
yes,
it on the board.
Yes,
You
yes.
guys are going to be busy.
But here's the deal: we don't want him to remember or think about. Oh crap! I just said something stupid that is on the board, because we just need to keep it, and then that way, when the complete opposite happens, and Feldarius Payne gets less than 3 sacks this year, I love
Apparently not.
Feldarius. I love Feldarius.
Rude.
But unfortunately, when that happens, we can go back and be like, Rico, come on, man, and just keep a tally. Just keep a tally.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all on the hook
Same
for that.
page.
Last but not least, the last Rico dude, DUI Mello.
That's my dude. Shout out to Denver.
What are we doing?
DUI Mello.
I don't know.
Yep.
Glaring
So-
omission from the list. Where does KJ fall?
Oh,
KJ is my actual son. It's different.
Fourth category.
It's different. That's my actual son.
jeez, that's ridiculous. That's stupid. Ryan Mackey with a little nice little comment
Yeah, I
towards
saw
Rico.
that.
The fact that Rico is a sports talk radio host just goes to show that you can accomplish anything in life.
Like if you stick around long enough and people keep leaving, at some point they're gonna throw you on the air.
Next man up. Right?
War of attrition.
It's next man up.
Well, I guess Rico's still here.
Like, yeah, they're just like, "Hey, you've been here long enough. Get over there." I was like, "All right." And somehow I've stuck around. I don't know.
Yeah, and what Blanket makes a good point. Holding ticket hosts accountable for stupid things they say is my specialty. Then he brings up 10-win Nick. I thought Nebraska was going to win 10 games last year. I think a lot of people did. I did.
Someone preseason had him in
And
the
then-
Rose Bowl.
That's true. That's true.
I what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last season. Someone from, I think, Fox Sports had Nebraska in the Rose Bowl.
RJ Young.
That's the name. Yep.
I said 4, and then I had my mind changed.
I had 6.
I think I went up to 7.
How many are we going this year?
Oh, we did this on Old School.
Okay.
Jay says 8-4 without a doubt.
Okay.
I say 8-4 with my heart, 6-6 with my head, balance out to 7-5, and DP said 6-6.
What are we saying,
I'm
Stricky?
saying 7 and 5.
Okay.
I
Again.
think the schedule
Again,
fits.
look at us. Yes,
I think
sir.
the schedule fits for 7 and 5.
6 and 7.
Losing the bowl game?
Losing the bowl game.
Losing the bowl
Or
game.
making a bowl game at 5-7 and win the bowl game.
Foster Farms Bowl, baby.
Hey, either way.
I'm gonna go 7-5, but a good 7-5. If that makes sense. Las Vegas Bowl.
Okay.
Take me to the Las Vegas Bowl. Let me go to Vegas.
You're all in.
That'd be fun.
Let me go to Vegas. That's the only reason I'm saying
You're
Las
all
Vegas
in?
Bowl.
You're all in?
I'm all in. I'm all in.
The ticket takes Vegas.
It's either
That would be
it's
beautiful.
either I get stuck in Vegas losing all my money, or I come back
Or you stay in Vegas, you haven't
wealthy.
lost any money.
Yeah, exactly.
So Nick is going to go to Vegas, and he's going to look like those people that are walking around with their bags after they lost all their money and they get kicked out.
I got kicked out of the Flamingo.
walking
Can somebody give me a ride back to Lincoln, Nebraska, please?
Is this the real Caesar's
And then,
Palace?
exactly, it fits perfectly. Somebody asked on the text line, was that Alan from The Hangover on your intro? It absolutely was.
It was.
It is not the real Caesar's Palace. Caesar did not live there. So
I didn't
great,
think so.
great movie. They're about to. I think they're making a new Hangover.
Please don't.
Oh,
I think so. I think I saw that too.
I think I saw like they
I
made
would
like they're
love it.
making like Hangover 4.
Please don't.
I would love
Is that what it would be now?
Yeah,
Has
it would
anybody
be.
seen the new Scream?
No, I don't think it's out yet.
It's not out yet.
I don't think so. They say it's completely different from all the other ones, though. Happening in New York.
Okay, I mean this in the nicest way. Seeing this picture of Zach Galifianakis at first glance made me think Sam McEwen.
Oh no.
Oh, you are right.
Holy smokes.
You are
Hi,
right.
Sam?
Am I wrong?
Did
Didn't
you know?
Didn't know you were.
Did you know that Zach Galifianakis has never said a single cuss word in any of his movies?
How do you
Really?
know that, Rico?
He said a thing. He just doesn't like to cuss.
It was that. It's funny because it's like
it might be in the script, but
I'm
he just
seeing
doesn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing all these videos of like when they're mad because they kidnapped the wrong guy on that original Hangover. The people they
The
were
one that
giving the
did
money
face
to.
detective?
Yeah, they kidnapped the wrong guy, and he's there like one of them's kicking the dirt, and he's like, "Oh bleep," and he's like, "Oh shoot." Alan's just like yeah.
Yeah.
Very clean.
That was tough.
Very clean. Yeah, I don't know where you're
Tough
going.
crowd.
I didn't know
tough
where you're
crowd.
going with that
Tough
either.
crowd. Okay, it's time for
Don't
us
be
to
a
get out of here.
comedian.
Oh yeah, Strick, you want to go? You want to do this right
No,
now?
not at all.
You want to do this, Stricky?
I want to do this.
Hey.
Nick thinks he could take you in
No
the,
dumpers.
Nick thinks he could take you in the post.
Negative.
Nick thinks he
Who
could post,
said that?
Nick thinks he could post you up. I heard it. Didn't you hear it? I heard it.
No.
I was not
90s
thinking-
Austin
rules,
heard
no.
it.
I was not.
Austin
I
heard
did
it.
not
He
hear
said he
that.
could post you up.
90s rules, no.
I did not hear that.
we would be playing 90s.
Said he could post you up.
You
Yes,
hitting
the
that
out
Dirk,
music is
Nick,
different.
you hitting that Dirk on him?
Honestly, I
He
probably
doesn't have
could.
that in his game.
That ball is getting swatted directly back into your
No,
face.
no. See, it's called the up and under.
That don't work.
And the close.
It would have worked against you.
Your stuff is slower than Luka Doncic.
Ah, come on.
Ooh.
Come on. Did you see that? Luka
He looks like a much shorter Luka.
Luka was asked, like, hey, how much
Still.
do you guys miss Jalen Brunson? He's like, real bad.
A lot.
He's like, a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A lot is conveniently also the answer for the amount of beer and cigs he has in the offseason.
Yeah. Thanks again to Gibson Pyle for joining us. Stick around on the block. Next.
Adios.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie